The second half, obviously, that had been a focus for the team, and you had a 32-10 run in there in the second half when you were trailing, and then you turned it into an 18-point lead.
Yeah.
Just how happy were you to see that out of this team?
Great effort by these guys, and I think this team throughout the year has been a team that they have their flaws and they do some goofy things sometimes, but you can't ever fault their effort. I mean, these guys go to battle. I mean, to get 20 offensive rebounds, that's a team that's flying around hustling and doing all they can. And was our shot selection perfect? No, we probably shot too many threes in the first half. We missed a few free throws down the stretch that were, like just the yips a little bit. But then they'd do that, and then they'd hustle back and deflect or take, Drimmick go take a charge and make a hustle play. And so you got to appreciate that, and you got to love them for that. And they find ways to get some stuff done, and they seem like they're getting better, because that was maybe the best second half defensively that we played in one.
And you mentioned defensively, but also you did mention the rebounding. It seems like when this team has won games and won them handily, rebounding's been the biggest number that really stands out. What was it today that really impressed you about that effort?
Well, just that we were kind of relentless, and that's what it takes to be a good rebounder. It's just effort, and to get 20 offensive rebounds, that's our high for the year. I'm sure maybe our higher ones since we've been here. Yeah, and so just a great effort by these guys. I thought the bench gave us some lifts, and some guys made some. Chandler did some good things coming off the bench. Obviously, you don't think of Drimmick as a bench player, but when you get 21 points off the bench and seeing glimpses of the old Drimmick, that really makes me happy for him to be able to finish the right way. And he's not at 100%, I know that, but it's a different guy bouncing around up there now.
You said yesterday that it was a bit of a resurgence for him, and he said it doesn't really feel any different coming off the bench, but these last 4 games when he has come off the bench, it has been noticeable that he's been playing better. How much of a difference have you noticed in him just in these 4 games, or did you think this was coming?
Well, you'd like to say you thought it was coming, but you wanted to try some different things, and it was my staff that came up with that. Coach Linder kind of came up with a little different rotation for us as far as what we're thinking at, and looking at matchups, and you just got to keep turning it. You can't, it's late in the season, but you got to keep trying to find ways to better this team. I think we saw some of that tonight, and in that zone is what broke the game open for us, and we haven't done that all year long as far as got any mileage out of our zone. So that's something that can help us, and that's something we know has to help us in the Mountain West tournament, because to go in and play 120 minutes a man is probably not realistic. So you gotta have something where you can buy yourself some time. And tonight, we were fortunate they missed some shots out of it, but we got stop after stop in a row with the zone.
When did you switch? When did you switch to it in the zone?
About 6 or 7 minutes into the second half.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got like 4 stops in a row out of it. That's when we kind of broke it open a little bit.
With Drimmick, I think that's 80 points in his last 4 games. Now all of a sudden he's like 58 points away from the scoring record. It seemed like for a while he might not get there, and now it seems like it's attainable again. I think like 15 points, in the next 4 games would do it each. What would it mean to you and this team, this program, to see him get this close and get it?
The neat thing about Drimmick, I think he'll care and he wants to get it, but it's not his priority. His priority is winning basketball games. For me, I'd love to see him get it. He deserves to, I want to hang his jersey up in the rafters. If he becomes the all-time leading scorer in the school history, his jersey needs to go up in the rafters. That's pretty impressive. So hopefully, doing what he's doing, not having to go outside of what he's doing, or not having to, it's not about the record. He's not trying to get the record, but I hope it just comes naturally.
With James, I know obviously you probably don't know at this point, but if anything, what do you know about what happened to him?
Well, he said he kind of did a little bit of the splits, tweaked his knee, and kind of banged it on the floor, I think. So he was walking afterwards. I think that's a good sign. We're going to be cautious. We're going to be very, make sure everything's good with him. you guys are no dummies. He's a pretty integral piece to this puzzle. And so, we're keeping our fingers crossed there, because that's, we need James Webb out on the floor.
You guys had a stretch tonight where Anthony and James.
Sorry, I have no voice.
Okay, when James and Anthony kind of carried you there as a tandem, and it's nice for you to see it finally come to fruition. Those two guys seemingly a little more healthy together,
Yeah.
carrying you for a stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, we got little James banged up a little bit. So, yeah, we're a little more banged up than I want to be right now. So that the thing that's frustrating about that is I think we're making progress. And I had big plans for tomorrow, but now James is out, Tigo's hurt a little bit, Nick's hurt a little bit, and Drimmick needs those extra days, and all of a sudden look out there and working with the scout team. So, but we are making progress. We have to keep making progress and find ways to do it without beating up these guys at all.
Was it kind of cruel when they were before the half, they put 1.3 back on the clock?
Well, life goes on. We just have to keep going on, and that's just one of those tough situations that we've been given. And the crazy thing about I look back on my 6 years here is how many close darn games we have. So we've had everything happen to us over these 6 years, and it's amazing we haven't had a heart attack.
What did you make? I mean, obviously there was a storyline coming in, those guys coming back, and the fans obviously every chance they had to boo and stuff they did. I mean, I know you talked to before the game. What was it like? I guess seeing them here again and having them back.
I'm completely comfortable with them. Like I said before the game tonight, I specifically talked about Vern and David Hall, two of the best officials in the country. When you, as a coach, and Randy McCall, if you walk out as a coach and go, we got those three guys tonight, my job is not to get them right. They're already right. They're the best that you can hope for. And my job is to coach my team, and you don't have to worry about that. Like I always say, I'm not going to agree with every one of their calls. I mean, no coach does. I mean, we're so biased. You just see it through our glasses. But you always feel great when you have those guys. They're going to take pride in their work. They're going to give you the best whistle they can give both teams. And they're going to be as fair as they can be.
Kind of an interesting stat. I see the 31 field goals made. You had 15 assists on that. Treated like that, but no guy had more than 2.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, huh?
It is, but that's kind of a little bit who we are. When we get the ball moving like that as a team, we're pretty good. We're pretty good offensively. I mean, we shot 56 the second half. That's pretty darn good, and it was about 70 from 2. So that and that was the emphasis at halftime. We shot 21 threes in the first half, probably 5 or 6 or 7 too many. And we want to love the rim like the three. We get that backwards sometimes. It's but it's also what makes us hard to guard too.
You guys seem to win every single 50-50 ball tonight. Is that some of you guys stressed out on, and it probably led into the fact you got 20 offensive rebounds?
Yeah, I was proud of the way our guys approached this game. 9 o'clock games are tough. You never know what's going to happen as far. I mean, you just feel like you might as well have been at midnight. It's so long. The day's so long. You're yawning. Guys are falling asleep. Pat's looking at her watch. We're all tired. It's a long day. So I'm just glad that we came out with great effort for 40 minutes, and that's what we're trying to do. All right.